That's completely natural. You're going to do that. You know, I'm not a religious person, right? But I believe there was someone on the planet called Jesus, because it's not that long ago, right? And I do think he was an incredible guy. He could have been the son of God. I don't know. And I don't know much about the Bible. I know a few bits in the Bible, though. Because the vegetarians, you see, because you see, I've got a badge saying I'm there. Can you imagine the size of Jesus is? He'd have a great big I'm there badge, wouldn't he? Because he was like really there. He's really cool, doing all the miracles and everything, which I've been doing, I don't know. But people would say, vegetarians would say, he's a vegetarian. You're not going to have Jesus eating meat. He's got to be a veggie, isn't he? What did he produce around the lake? Was it veggie burgers or fish? See, and this is a guy that's well sorted, so cut yourself a little bit of slack, right, if you like a beef burger or something. And then you get the teetotal people say, we wouldn't drink alcohol. You can't have Jesus having a few beers, can you? What did he turn the water into? Diet Coke or wine? So he liked a little drink, right? He wasn't a vegetarian. And then there was the nuns that he knocked around with, because you might think, yeah, but he was pure and all these people. There was the nun, Mary Magdalene, wasn't there? Oh, sorry, she was a prostitute, wasn't she? So he knocked about with prostitutes. He liked to drink. And he said, but he didn't doubt. Jesus wouldn't doubt. Oh, apart from when he was on the cross. I'm only quoting the Bible. And he'd say, what did he say? Something like, where are you, Father, where are you? Or something like that. And it's like that in modern day language. It's like, pull your finger out. You're leaving this one a bit late. Then there was the last thing. The last thing. I ain't finished yet. This is the best one. Please don't get me wrong. If you're a fan, so am I. But you need to make him real. You don't need to put him, put Jesus up on a cross, yeah? If you got, it's fear. That's what we've been fed. And a lot of it is not modern religion. I've spoken church, so I don't have a problem with churches, so don't let your script get you on that one. If you got the last image of Jesus on the planet, what would he look like? Would he be on a cross? The last image. Remember when he came back? It's going to be him going like that. I'm back! But they're not going to put that in a church because they want to scare the shit out of you. God, it's a kid. It's like, like that. He's being tortured. They've got an image of a man being tortured. Why? So they can say to you, now listen, that's what's going to happen to you unless you join our club. Right? What you've got to do, if something good happens, well, you didn't do it. That's God. Thanksgiving, leave your money to the church. If something bad happens, you're a sinner, you need to repent. Leave your money to the church. Who's the biggest landowner in this country today? Of course it is. It's the church. It's a brilliant system. So anyway, back to the last. And what I'm doing, I'm showing you where a lot of this fear comes from that we still feel today. We've inherited it. We wake up in the morning with our stomach churning, with our head buzzing, and we think, to do this today, it's just a script. It's not who you are. And the danger is that you think all this is who you really are. You play that out. It becomes your identity. And as Lizzie's going to show you, behaviour always follows identity, and you've got it. That's where people get messed up. We've found a way of breaking it. How cool is that? Of course I'm going to get excited about it. Anyway, the last thing. So, with Jesus, do you remember when he went in the temple and they were gambling? Do you remember what he did? Overturned all the tables. Try that in Tesco's tonight. Right? Go here, get all the Brussels sprouts, say, look at the price of these organic Brussels sprouts. They will come to arrest you. Here's the best bit. They will come to arrest you because he didn't stop when they said stop with the elders. He carried on. He lost it. I've seen the movie. I know it's right. So he does all that, right? What would they do with you? So Jesus did that, but what would they do with you? They would come to arrest you. They send for the police. Then you say what Jesus said. You say, okay, I am a child of God. And they'll put you in a straitjacket. So in other words, if Jesus was around tonight, he'd have an Asbo order on him, right? So cut yourself. What I'm saying is, remember I'm a fan, I'm saying cut yourself some slack. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to get it right. You won't. You can't win on that level. Stop trying to be happy all the time. It's not natural. Imagine if I did. Just suppose I glided up here today. In my robe, because I'd have a robe, I'd probably be dressed all in white, with a big line white, my hair white. Let's pretend, So I would have probably a throne, right? Because you know why this would happen? Because I'd be the only one on the planet's done it, because I don't know anyone. But we're assuming that I never have a down day, right? I never swear, I never pass wind, right? Nothing. I'm perfect. I sit here, and how many of you would relate to me? None of you. If I say, don't you get screwed up sometimes? Don't you go? And you go, yeah. But you see, for most people, they think, well, I can't move forward. I'm not getting life. And that's where you're stuffed. You think, well, I've still got some issues. And yes, excuse me, so have I. So I've still got issues. I've still got challenges in my life, just like you are. But I can't put my life on hold. I can't say, I can't get on the stage today because I did this yesterday or I did that yesterday, because it makes a mockery of it. It makes a mockery of the whole thing. So back to my story. I'm a sensitive kid. I'm having panic attacks. No one tells me, so I feel so different to anyone else. I don't learn anything at school. I'm in the bottom stream in school. I leave school at 15. While going to a factory, because that's what you did then, and it was so noisy. I went on the building at 21, and I was soon going to become a millionaire. Can you put the thing up, please, Tom? I'll show you a picture. So if you just put one with one of the cars up there. So that's me. That's me. You know, like when people say, I wish I'd win the lottery. Well, that's me. Someone said, no. Well, they copy and paste. Obviously, it's a few years ago. Well, I have lost, since the last 3 months, I've lost 14 stone. I'm only joking with that. So that's me. Can do another shot. That's me with my mansion, posing with my Lamborghinis and throw out. Just one more time, then we'll take them off. Thanks, buddy. Then there they are. I've got one Lamborghini in red and one in silver in my mansion and all the stuff. So thanks. That's enough for that. Thanks, Tom. We'll take that one off, shall we? So no, it's like torture. Me, see, I'm posing. It looks like I'm posing. Well, of course I am. That's the 80s. Don't you see? Don't you get it? I'm trying to be successful. That's what I thought it was. I thought if you have a lot of money and you have a big house, I'd been told in the script that I've been given, then you're successful. But I didn't. I didn't have a badge then saying that I'm there because I didn't think I was. I'm on to the next thing, just in case you haven't noticed it. If you haven't noticed with the billionaires that are out there and all these people, you never sort it on that level. You never do. You're never going to. And that's where the script, which I'm going to explain about in a minute, will say, if you just do this, you just do that. And that's what it does. You think, look, I hear what you're saying, Richard, about today. It's very nice, but I just got to sort a few things out. I've got to sort my finances out. I've got to sort my kids out. And I'm nearly retired. And one day suddenly, look, I've got to look at the time. It's the end of my life. Mim. It's most people's lives. I'm nearly there. Just sort this out. No, excuse me. In my opinion, you are there. You're there now, but you don't know it. You haven't caught up with that. That's what we do. We introduce people to their real selves. I'm at an event. A guy comes up to me afterwards, says, very nice, Richard. I enjoyed the talk. Not really for me. I said, what's not? He said, this amazing, and I'm there. Not really me. I said, no worries. I said, it's not for everybody. I tell people that. I said, have you got any kids? And he got 6 kids. I said, wow, 6? That's amazing. I said, can I just ask you one? What's it like knowing that you can never tell your kids that they'll be amazing? Or that they can be there? He said, I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. I said, well, you just told me that you're not there and you don't do amazing. He said, correct. I said, well, your kids are going to do what you do, not what you say. Don't you get it, guys? Unless we step up, the kids are not going to. We say to the kids, oh, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're a success, and then they see us on the phone worrying, or they see our energy on the floor. They don't see us with these. Did you know that kids here, and there's some young kids in the room, they got a big disc in here, right, sort of where solar plexus is, but it's like a satellite dish and it's a bullshit detector. Kids have got it. Do you know how long it takes kids to get you? About half a second. You know, Liz has got a great story. I don't know if she might have time to tell you about it, so I won't go into the details. But she thought she was fooling her daughter just by what she was thinking and feeling. She didn't say a word, and the kids knew. She knew. You don't fool the kids. So what's happening is we're saying to the kids, we're saying, you know what, little Jimmy and little Susie, we're sort of saying, right, we're saying, you're beautiful, you're incredible, I want you to step up. Oh, and by the way, there's my script. That's what we're doing. And what I mean by the script, our behaviour. Don't step up. Walk out that door tonight and say, I'm still not there. Still don't do. That's fine. Then don't expect the kids to change. Gandhi said it. You've got to be the change. You know, you must have heard the story about Buddha, where the lady takes the little kid to see Buddha. Says, my child, he's overweight, and he's eating lots of sugar. I can't do anything with him. He said, come back in a week. So she went back in a week, and she said, is my child again? He's eating too much sugar. He said, don't eat sugar. She said, why didn't you say that a week ago? He said, because I was eating sugar. We've got to be, we've got to step, someone's got to do it. You know, it takes courage. And I tell you what, you're going to stand out. If you're going to say, I'm there and I'm amazing, you are going to stand out. You are going to be different. But if you've seen from all the people on the stage, and that only represents a fraction of the people that have done the BC course, there's more people that feel like you. Look, listen to this, right? This is great, right? I'm like Zebedee then, wasn't I? Was it Zebedee? I don't know which one. I don't remember things, the magic roundabout. But on the course, sometimes, part of what we do is we get people to tell their story. Most people have never told, and what I mean by the story, how you felt. Most people have never done that. They've never sat down and been listened, not interrupted to, and not judged, and said how they felt. And when we started doing BC, you know, we had someone, they said, well, can I really say how I feel? Yeah, of course you can. I'm scared I'm going to get found out. I'm going to get, like, rumbled. People are going to find out I'm really like. And someone sitting next to us said, what, you feel like that? So I feel like that. You know, but so do I, and I do. And it's so common. If you feel like that, good on you. Everybody does. It's okay. But you see what's happening? Because no one's saying how they feel, people are thinking there's something wrong with me. Because with the kids, it's happening with the kids. No one's saying it's all right to feel like that. This is what happens, you know, about sensitivity. And because no one's talking about it, they're doing what I did as a kid and think there's something wrong with you. Back to my story. So I'm a millionaire. How do I get to be a millionaire? I'll tell you one word made me a millionaire. Encouragement. I realised that I was good at encouraging people. Most people are crap at it. I hear people hit out with words and I think, that is a disaster what you've just said. You have lost connection with that person. So I went on the building at 21 and soon people like me. On the building site, we're building an extension. The lady whose house we're building the extension on, I say something like this, say, you know, how's your little Jimmy getting on with his exams? You were telling me. So that's nice of you to ask, Richard. But she said, do you want a cup of tea? Well, I'll tell you. That's how it started. It started me getting only one on the building site. No one else got one because they weren't interested in people. They weren't really interested. Soon I got a cup of tea. It's not long for them saying, well, look, you know, your boss is a bit expensive. Could you get one little wall building? Could you? I said, well, I know a brickie who can. I get the brickie to do it, put 50 quid on, made 50 quid for doing nothing. And it wasn't long. Someone come up to me once and said, we're refurbishing a pub. Can you do it? I said, yeah, I can do it. And I got, you know, this one guy, he got a team of painters. Another guy, he got a team of chippies. I got a good contracts manager. That's how I did it. I delegated. But people like me. Think about it. How many people do you know that you spend time with? And when you leave that person, you feel better, more uplifted, more energy than when you met them. Most of the time, I bet you feel drained with most people. I bet you think, oh, I feel knackered. Because they're taking the energy rather than giving the energy. And I found a way of it's what I'm doing now. I am a guy that's really trying to speak from my heart. I'm not giving you any bull. I'm telling you what it's felt like to be me. And there'll be people in this room who are relating to it, to what I'm saying about getting found out, about sensitivity. And honestly, guys, if we don't do any, whilst we're standing here today, whilst we're in this room, there will be quite a lot of people that will commit suicide, that will chuck themselves off bridges. I don't know if you've seen the news lately. They've started doing it in pairs now. There's websites telling kids, that is unacceptable to me. That will get me on a stage. That will get me to speak to people. That will get me up here when I know some people might be thinking, I don't agree with all this, but I've still got to say it anyway for the people that do get it. How can we not do something about it? Well, let's work together as a team. That's what we're doing. Teamwork makes that's what BC is all about.